I really like
Yeah, of course. Of course.
It's called a big open arms. It has this
Big whoop.
Hey,
Wanna fight about it?
Want to fight about it? What's up, everybody?
Oh,
Sorry for
let's-
cutting the song short. I just needed the corn song a bit. How's it going, my man?
Welcome. I'm not bad. How about you?
Much better than the last week, that's for sure. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. How you feeling?
A bit of headache left. It was a rough one, man. I caught it
Yeah.
2 official times, COVID, and I suspect a third time where my girlfriend had it, and I had symptoms. So I'm between 2 or 3 times. That one kicked my ass, man. The first time,
Yeah.
the difference was long-term symptoms, like my cardio and my breath was short for like 6 weeks. The first time, I didn't get this.
Holy.
I'm lucky. This time was
That,
the headache, the sore, the sore throat. It was hardcore this time. I'm not a sleeper. People that know me know I sleep about 6 hours a night. That's enough for me. I slept the first 2 days. I think I slept like 38 or 40 hours on 48, man. I slept.
Holy.
Oh yeah. Man.
Holy smokes.
I was on my ass. Hey, Chrissy. Yeah,
Wow.
it was my roughest COVID so far.
Well,
How are you, man?
I'm glad you're on the mend.
Yeah,
I'm
better.
well.
Look at that mustache.
We've got. Oh yeah, twirl that for me.
Yeah, I think
We
I'm
had
done.
sickness going through this house too. We had. What do you mean you're done? You're not going to keep the mustache, or you're
I think
done
I'm
with COVID?
I'm done switching my style around. This mustache is there to stay, man.
Hey man, it's like I'm telling you right now. I don't know if anybody else knows, but like if it sells one fucking suit, I'm telling you, it's worth it.
I'm gonna talk about that soon. I don't know if I. That's
Yes.
funny because everybody at my job knows I have podcasts, but I've never told them like the name or anything. But then again, when you see my background, if you can search
yeah.
a bit, there's chances you can figure it out, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm not too fond of talking about work right now.
I understand that.
Yeah. Maybe
I
one
love
day
talking about
love-
work. I don't have to go back for like 3 or 4 months now.
Maybe someday I love my job enough to actually want to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I
Fair
had
enough.
a job that I loved, and I didn't want to talk about it because it's a bit formal, and I don't know, my internet personality could create some issues at some point, is the way I feel.
Fair enough. It's not like we haven't seen it happen before.
I know someone. I know a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't seem to think that it happened from Twitter, but I don't know. I wouldn't put it past Twitter to make that have happened.
Hey, just quickly, because I don't have anything to smoke right now, so I'm gonna press that smoking. You can't see shit, but it's blueberry indica with about
Right on.
what, 25% THC, something like that. If I'm not
I'm
mistaken.
going to start myself with some Blueberry Kush live resin.
Ooh.
Or you could see it better on the bottom.
I haven't had live resin. Oh no, no, sorry, I did. My bad. It's on YouTube too. So my friend,
Right on.
my friend had,
Go ahead.
a YouTube channel basically called in French The Smoke Show, Le Show de Boucan.
That's the boot can.
He started that the day that it became legal, and he went on this fucking awesome run where he got like thousands of followers, and then he started hearing about his kids in school sharing the links and stuff, and it got to him, and he was like, yeah, I'm not comfortable with that, and he shut it down. But that channel
enough.
was fire, dude, and I was on
Yeah.
that channel a few times with him.
Yeah.
And yeah. So that's where I actually smoke live resin. I said I never smoked some, but it's actually on YouTube. I did smoke some, dumbass.
Hey man, we don't have a fact checker. We played this fucking game. You could say whatever you want.
Yep. What's the thing about ponytails or rat tails?
Exactly. Ponytails. That's all. That's all it needs. All right, I'm gonna start myself as well.
What do you mean, Rob? I'm low. Oh, my volume is low? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
There you go. Fixed. Is that better, Rob?
He's low. Big whoop. Want to fight about it?
Big whoop. Wanna fight about it?
Oh man, that was awesome. All right, so I had to remind myself 10 minutes into the third period today that I am not getting angry at losses. Like, no matter where.
Oh,
like,
so you were caught into it. You kind of
I got into it. I got
you
into
were
it.
you
I
were
got into
fanning
it.
again. That's good.
I was swearing. I was throwing shit. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, and maybe you can.
This drop pass on the power play cost him like 3 chances in one period, shorthanded chances, and I'm at my wit's end with that shit. Like, it's one thing. I hate it when it works, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
when
I'm
it
with
doesn't
you.
work, like it burns my soul.
And it seems like the one guy who actually manages to do that play right is Jonathan Drouin. It's like the only time where the back pass actually slingshots the forward into the zone. No, seriously.
No, but I'll give you that one. I will give you that one because.
And I still hate that play, by the way. I'm with you with that.
I don't like it.
The slingshot is the stupidest play. You have this guy already going full speed, and then the puck just goes back. What the fuck are we playing here?
What bothers me the most was tonight there was 3 spoiled chances. They gave it up 3 times. It went up back to scoring chance against, and no adjustment whatsoever. Nothing. It's still everybody's still turning in that neutral zone looking for that back pass. Like, fucking telegraph it much. Like, I don't know.
It. I'm with you, man.
I hate it. Yeah.
And discussing a bit before the pod, and no, Andrew, this is the Anglo pod. Come back for the French one when Matthew's on. This is the dark side of we Habs. Andrew in the chat asking en français. En français, s'il vous plaît.
All we do is swear in French on this one, buddy. Tabarnak.
Yeah. Tabarnak.
Big whoop. Want to fight about it?
Man, that tastes good.
Which one is that? Yeah, absolutely.
Tickle chest, man.
I really like cold.
What do you like about corn?
It's cold. Up good on the knobs. It has to choose. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. It's cold. I can tell you all about it. I mean, look at this thing. When I try to the title amazing thing. It's cold.
There's the one song. I don't have the stop button on my cell phone. Only the button to start the sounds, and that song is like freaking 6 minutes long. So
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was blueberry kush. Delicious.
Oh, that's funny because I'm pressing blueberry right now. Cool.
There we go.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
While we're there, I just wanna. I'm wholeheartedly with our friends Rob and Chrissy with their kids. They're still in the hospital, in and out all the time since they haven't been home steady since. Crazy stuff, man.
Yeah.
Supposedly about 2 days left. I hope it's almost over, you guys. Honestly.
Yeah,
man.
me too.
Yeah. The one
Me
thing
too.
you don't want to
It
see is
breaks
your
my
kids.
heart.
Yeah, seeing your kids suffering is really the worst, man.
Like, I could see Rob suffer any day of the week, but not his kids.
I'd pay to see him to see him suffer. You know, Chrissy offered us, if you want to see it, for $5 you could get a live stream of a slap from Chrissy to Rob.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it at some point for sure.
Man, I fucking sent $8 to somebody for a Twitter blue check. I would have paid her twice to slap him.
I'm still waiting for my monitor. Right? Where is it?
Yeah. Same guy. Amazon. I thought it was weird that they put "le" in front of it, but whatever.
Reading Danny's
How's your
comment
pressing
in the
going?
chat. It's still going. I'm gonna read this comment while it's pressing. The defensive squad. I really think their goal is to be the worst defensive squad in the league, and they're doing such a great job to be the worst defensive squad in the league. Michel Therrien. Did he really say that right now?
No way.
Oh, that was no. That was from back in the day when he coached, right? Because he's on TVA Sport nowadays, Michel Therrien. So you can actually get some quotes. I love the guy, man. Oh.
Yeah, I love the guy too, but like, here we are. We're like almost 20 games in, and this is the first time that we're really fucking down on the D squad. So
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be a tire fire all season long. So I'm not gonna I don't know. They get a pass from me.
Mustache wax. I did buy some, by the way, Paul. What's up, Paul, in the chat? I did buy some bulldog wax for my mustache, man.
That's hilarious.
Yep. What I love, Michel Therrien, man, he's saying it looks like he's done with coaching in the NHL because he's dropping fucking comments about internal shit on TV right now.
Right.
A good example of that, he said that Jeff Molson is actually fighting against the return of the Nordiques behind the scenes. Meanwhile, he's saying he's all welcoming about it on TV.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I would totally believe that.
Yeah, but
Like
coming from someone that was on the payroll, right? It's different.
Yeah.
It has a different feel than you and me discussing it among us, right?
But I would totally believe it. I would totally believe that to be legit. Like, why would he? Why would he want the Nordiques to come back? Doesn't do anything for him.
I don't know, man. A healthy rivalry is always good. Hey, Matt.
No.
Matt in the chat. What's up, my man?
Matt in the chat.
Oh, by the way, since Matt is in the chat, I'm going to tell. I bought you guys a Christmas gift today. It's on the way, man.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw.
So hopefully have enough time to receive it and then ship it back to you with a note, a little card or something. And Matt, sure, I may schedule a in-person thing to give it to him. Yeah, so it's on the way, man. Got you guys a little.
Can't wait. Thanks. Aw.
Awesome, man. Holy crap!
How'd you do?
This is a good yield, man. Yeah.
No kidding. Fuck, I'm gonna smoke again just because of that.
The yield was so good.
C'est beau là.
C'est beau là.
Ben là.
Hey Mathieu, when are you coming on the Anglo Pod, man? Crack a cold beer and come chat with us in the Langue de Shakespeare.
Did you say Shakespeare's language?
Yeah.
Is that what you called it? You're hilarious.
No, that's an actual thing. We say in French la langue de Molière and la langue de Shakespeare for English and French. It's an actual saying.
Oh,
I didn't
all right.
invent that.
You could have, like, man, we have no fact checker. Fucking take credit for that shit.
Yeah, I did invent that shit back. It was back in '76. I came back from a trip in Paris.
Big whoop. Want to fight about it?
I invented it. Whatever. Too funny.
Do you have beer right now, my sir? Crack a cold one open and come on Discord. I'll shove you in the chat right now, buddy.
Bang.
You can talk while we dab. It's gonna kill some some dead time.
Just means we could dab more.
Hell yeah. I have a song here for you.
For me, I really like cold.
What do you like about corn?
Don't stop that.
Cold! A good knob. It has the juice. It has the juice. And a more beautiful thing. It's cold! I can tell you all about it. I mean, look at this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain that to you, Rob, while I'm heating the bucket here, man. Basically, the heat press I have. First of all, every strain of weed is different in potency, right? So the more potent it is, the more juice you're gonna get out of squeezing your bud, right? So when I show that paper, usually I put my nug around, I don't know, 0.6, 0.5. That's about as much I can efficiently put in my press. So yeah, the good yield is just, that was a lot of Rawson for that one squeeze.
Some are much better than others.
Oh yeah, for sure. They have nothing to do with one another, man. You know it. It's crazy the difference.
Yeah, of course. And it's hilarious because sometimes like different temperatures, different times, like you got to play with every strain. It's odd. Actually, that's one of the reasons I prefer BHO. You just get your yield and that's it.
Ooh, that's sweet.
Nice.
Oh, the COVID flashbacks.
Oh, I bet. Man, I was lucky when I got COVID, man. I had zero symptoms whatsoever. So lucky.
I have to tell you, for depressing, man, the passe partout. What's the it's probably an English expression for that, but what works most generally on whatever the strain you're using for me, low temp, slow press. You can you don't burn it. You don't. So
I don't think you can go wrong with low temp, long time. I think you can get a higher yield the more you mess with it. So sometimes I think you might leave some on the bud if low temp, low time or long time. So I think there is a sweet spot with every strain. It's just
there is
something that I've never been able. Like I had a press for a long time, and it's just one of those things that I couldn't dial in.
It's not.
And I mean, sometimes I would be dumping like a quarter ounce or a half ounce into the fucking thing, trying to press it, trying to get whatever. No. And then
but for the longest time, what I did was keep my chips, and I would shoot them the next AHL batch. So I would press my stuff, and whenever I would shoot a batch of shatter, I would throw my chips in there also.
Yep. I'm not sure what the correlation was, but I used to use my chips for edibles. So of course you're adding some heat and you're adding some pressure, right? So that is going to start your decarboxylation process. So I don't know if there was any math that you had to do on the other end to make sure like you decarb by putting it in for 250 for 30 minutes. You know this, right?
Yep.
I don't know if starting it with a press affected that or not, but I made edibles out of chips and man, I went into a coma. It was like and it wasn't like I didn't even get crazy fucking high either too. So I think it was like mostly, you know, like if you go too far, it starts to turn to that sleepy instead of
just
SpaceX.
Thanks for coming, Matt. See you next time, man. Oh, Matt's just leaving in the chat, so just wanting to say bye.
Okay.
I don't know, man. It feels like the pressing temperatures, I don't think are high enough to actually start the decarb.
I think decarb starts at 170. So if you got it any higher than that,
I go way under. I go under that. I tend to.
Oh really?
Yeah. Let me see. Actually, it's my setting is right here. I don't remember because I've been keeping that setting forever.
And I mean, certain terpenes decarb at different temperatures than others, right? So.
Oh no, I do press at like 200 actually. So.
Yeah, I used to like my sweet spot. I I had a baseline at 205.
Oh, that's what I'm pressing at right now.
100%. That was my baseline. And if I found I wasn't getting enough, I would like pump up the heat a little bit, cut the time down a little bit.
I know a lot of people that go way higher in like 10 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Down, but I don't like that. I prefer a slow press at lower temp.
Do you put it in a rosin bag, or do you just press the bud itself?
I press the bud on a parchment paper. That's fine for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you played around with keef at all? Have you pressed any keef?
Yeah. The problem is it's messy. But
that's why you need those bags.
Yeah, exactly. I would. Yeah. Okay. With a bag, I would definitely try it again. It was a bit too messy. But here's the thing: why press keef, man? Like you get
because
I mean, what I would do is all the time is like take my shatter, then roll it in keef. Like you get like a nice, almost like ash, right? So I don't know, man. Like it feels like that product is already fine, man. I really love that.
You're still looking at about like a maximum for keef is at about like 40 to 50% THC, where you can get cold cure rosin to get to like closer to 80. So what you're doing is you're separating the heads from the rest of the trichome. That's basically all you're doing.
I think there's also that cultural thing where the flavor of keef is its own thing, right? So I think I've kind of attached to smoking that leaving that product as it is because it is what it is, right?
Keef is basically hash. It's just not if it's not pressed. Yeah. So like I mean, it's wonderful. I just
you ever did hash with water and ice?
What's that? Oh yeah. We used to do that a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Same here, man.
I used to do it with just fucking ice and gravity, man. I didn't even need the bags. You don't even need the bags.
You let the particle fall. So you don't want to shake it at all without the bags because you don't want the.
No, you shake it before. You agitate the shit out of it, and then you take all your shit off, right? You take it out, and then you fucking let it all go to the bottom. It's just like fucking skimming fat off of a soup, right? Like
yeah. But it feels like it would leave a bit more plant matter.
It does, but I mean, like
using. Even I was a slacker, so I wouldn't use like the 7 or 8 bags. I would use 3.
Right.
Three qualities, bam, like big, medium, super small. The super small.
You are let's just say you're getting the hot, like the gummiest shit ever. But I mean, like back in the day when you didn't have bags, like whenever, like, you know, like when there was 2 guys in the entire community that had their own bags, and fucking
I
was
learned
out,
with
like, you know
bags,
what I mean?
man.
Fucking, yeah, you learn to do some shit. Yeah, I used to just do it with gravity.
I learned with trimming for friends. That's the real first contact you get with the
Yeah.
fucking key, right?
Yeah.
You come back home and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, all this is mine now, right? That's the rule.
Oh, here, anybody who's watching, I'm about to save you a lot of time. I know it's trimming time for a lot of people, whatever. Peanut butter. Peanut butter gets that shit off your hands. Anytime you get shit from pot on your hands and it's all
What?
sticky,
Okay,
put
no.
peanut butter on them.
Do not waste what you have on your hands with fucking peanut butters. Take a fucking blade and scratch it off, man. Dude, it's wasted.
No, I'm talking this shit here. Whenever you've got like the last of it left, even if you don't like it on your hand,
yeah.
stuff you can't wash off with soap and water.
Alcohol.
Peanut butter takes it off. Yeah, alcohol does too, but I mean,
not the 71. You need the 90% one. That's what it is. Dude, when COVID hit, it was impossible to find the 91. I was stuck with 70% alcohol for about a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem like a much.
Place.
Where? Oh no, they have it. It's back now. It's on the shelves at Walmart, pharmacy, stuff like that. So
yeah, we'll take it.
That's 25 minutes of fucking dap talks off the bat.
I'm sitting here with hockey. I'm sitting here with hockey talk on the back of my fucking tongue, right? I'm like, how do I segue this back into hockey? Anyway,
fuck that. We're slow. We don't need
talk about
segues.
our buddy Joe Drew in a little bit.
What about him, actually? Let's go. Go open it, because I haven't read into it much. Go ahead.
Well, like, I guess the injury updates is 4 to 6 weeks. So he was injured during the Vegas game. He obviously played 2 games after that. So I'm not sure. I don't even know what.
That's very Jonathan Drouin thing to do, to get hurt and play 2 more games on it before he speaks up.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's done that in the past. That's very Drouin-like too. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
So no, it's all right. So I'm wondering, like, okay, so that's 4 to 6 weeks. That puts us middle of January, right?
Yep.
End of December, end of December.
Yeah, early.
End of December, beginning of January. And I mean, if we're like, what I'm wondering myself is, like, is this the beginning of the end of Jonathan Drouin? Is this it? Is he going to come back?
It's been the road has been paved long time ago in my books. Yeah, in the best world, it's a deadline move. If there's nothing at the deadline, he'll just expire this summer. For me, for sure, the bridge is broken.
There's something at the deadline. I don't care what anybody says. Somebody will pull the trigger on Jonathan Drouin. If we can retain, it's cheap insurance. That's all it is.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just like a defense mechanism or something. But I'd rather have my expectations as low as possible for the return for Drouin at this point. Especially he's just injured again now. He's gonna come back. Let's say early January. You got February, sometime in the it's 1 month and a half before the deadline.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. That's basically why I brought it up. I'm like, does this take any wind out of any sails of anything that we probably could have acquired for Jonathan Drouin?
Unless a massive breakdown somewhere else where a winger gets injured for like an extended period and won't be there at all for the playoffs, and someone gambles that maybe Jonathan Drouin can clutch and as much as it's been going bad for Jonathan Drouin, the guy can clutch in a fucking crazy sequence for the playoffs for sure. I still believe that.
He's known to elevate in the playoffs. That's one thing. That's one positive thing that Jonathan Drouin has never had taken away from him. He's known to elevate his game when it matters. Excuse me.
Danny mentioning it, just sad thinking of Sergachev having the time of his life in Tampa. And while I agree, like the trade doesn't look good, I feel like don't think Sergachev would have been Sergachev the way he is in Tampa if he stayed in Montreal, right?
I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to say who he would have been here, whatever. I'm not going to do that. My point is not necessarily just because the team, but it's a fucking hockey player.
I agree, but developing the way he developed under a solid fucking top 3 in Tampa is probably a good thing for his game, right? So here we would have been pushed to play with either or on the first 2 pairs, but fucking horrible minutes, right? With fucking Jeff Petrie or something. You know what I mean? Like it's a different fucking scenario, man.
You talked about this a couple of times in private.
Uh-oh.
Anytime there was a whipping boy du jour on the back end in Montreal, he was always paired with Jeff Petrie.
Yeah.
He was always like, and I mean, this goes back to Nathan Beaulieu, man. Like, always paired with Jeff Petrie. So
Nice.
I'm not going to say you're wrong because you're probably right. What I am going to say is most trades.
Want to fight about it?
I'm so glad we got that. What I am going to say is most trades you judge like on like the way that the future holds, whatever. Like you make a trade for somebody at the deadline, you spend your futures on a player that's playing well now with an expiring contract or something like that. That trade was a lateral trade that both teams were supposed to get better by doing. Right? Do you agree with that? Sideways move. It wasn't overspending on one or overspending on the other because somebody needed that player.
So I felt like what Montreal was gaining is the local kid factor. If we're looking at hockey, and it's something we all would like it or not. I'm not a big fan of we need French players, but it's an added value when someone can play. Do you remember
when they made that trade, Pat? What they were bringing him in to play? Do you remember them saying that he was going to be their first line center? Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I don't think it was a local kid. I think it was like a stab in the dark. That they didn't have to spend.
No, I'm not saying it was uniquely a local kid trade. I'm saying that's a factor in the trade. When you're going to compare like the two hockey players, the one underlying thing that's not obvious, and that is we were looking at potential French superstar in the making, or at least star, or top player, a solid.
Yeah,
top
and
like you said, we were
expectation,
and we were gambling on him becoming, like you said, a top 6 center, possibly the first line center. People were setting expectations at fucking 80, 90 points. So, yeah, the day that trade happened, one thing was clear for me. Tampa needed to shed someone that they had to sign and couldn't, right? It had to be done. And they were buying time into getting rid of bad contracts on Sergachev that still had, if I'm not mistaken, 2 years on his rookie deal, which was a good value. So I think Tampa were part of what Tampa did there was, yes, a hockey trade, but also a cap trade where they needed that type of players. That Tampa needs to juggle with that every year, right? It's no easy being
doesn't that make the trade even worse then? Like the leverage that we could have had. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if they needed to make a cap move, they were going to trade him regardless. I don't know if we needed to trade the first or the 9th overall pick that year. I don't know.
I think it's possible that doing the trade at some point internally, they lose focus on what they're doing because they're so happy from what they're getting.
Oh, for sure.
They're like, and then you start looking at what you're getting, and then what you're letting go is less important. Listen, it's easy to look back at that trade. Jonathan Drouin would have a Stanley Cup with Tampa, and Sergachev wouldn't have one with Montreal. That's reality for you.
Right.
So,
maybe.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you disagree, honestly? Do you think
But I don't see how that's an arguing point, though. That's all. Like,
people are saying that. Sergachev has 2 or 3 2 rings now?
He's got two rings.
Yeah, I've seen that online when people comparing the trade. I'm like, that's a non-factor. There's nothing.
It's a non-factor.
Right.
It's
exactly.
a non-factor.
Yeah.
It's 100% a non-factor. Yeah. That's like saying that Subban made it to the finals. Like, well, now Weber did too. So, non-factor.
And again, good example because, the Predators were looking freaking good at the blue line. Yep. They already had. So yeah, Weber would have made the finals with that team. Is what I'm trying to say.
I agree. Speaking of looking good, how about them Devils?
Oh, I thought we were going to my mustache again. How was that? No.
You're the devil, man. Like the devil in his mustache.
Oh, that's
how about that sexy devil? Yeah.
Good fucking safe.
Man, they beat Toronto tonight too. Like, not that. Like, how must it feel right now to be Toronto and be Toronto fans watching a team that started their rebuild in 2018 already pulling ahead?
Who are you talking about?
New Jersey's amazing right now. New Jersey.
Come on.
I'm talking about New Jersey.
Okay, I just got to pull my joke quickly that I've been saying in DMs to a few friends. I really
Okay.
liked the game against New Jersey because we got to see what it looks like when you look at a team that's been rebuilding for 15 years.
15 years. Yeah. All right.
So,
They've won a cup within 15 years ago, haven't they?
Yeah, but they've been looking for that identity for a few years more than we'd like to admit, right? I get it. They're super fucking. God, come on,
They
I
started
feel
in 18, man. They started the same time we did for a rebuild.
okay. When we went and got Giunta and Gomez that year, right? They like that.
Oh my
they're
god,
already
I've gone over this train a lot too this week.
And honestly, dude, they haven't really competed since. So that's a long time ago. We're talking back when Giunta was a captain and stuff. They sucked. They sucked. They weren't so they weren't contenders. So yeah, that's how many years ago, man. It's starting to age.
They were, come on, they traded for PK Subban and they had
Big whoop.
all
Wanna
these.
fight about it?
Well, I'm fucking. Yeah, no, that rebuild just started, man. So anyway.
Yeah, that rebuild just started.
Question is, let's just say Toronto's rebuild is a lot older than New Jersey's most recent rebuild. There's no, like, you can't convince me otherwise.
Okay. I want to throw you questions because we were talking about that. I threw it to Mathieu in the French pod.
I'm listening.
Jack Hughes or Nick Suzuki?
Jack Hughes.
It's hard. Don't you feel Suzuki has a better 200-foot game? And
I don't care.
Really?
Jack Hughes. 100%. And I love Nick Suzuki. I love Nick Suzuki. I saw what a fucking true, bona fide franchise first center looks like in Jack Hughes. He's fantastic. He's fantastic.
Well, big whoop. We're not going to fight about it, but I feel like.
Oh, is that what you're on too? If you had to choose between the two, you'd choose Jack?
It'd be a tough choice for me because first of all, I don't like those. Like it's easy to say, right? Again, I don't know. Nick Suzuki's clutch as fuck. Like what he did in the after.
Hey man,
man.
He may change my mind before the end of the season, but there's like Jack Hughes is fucking
like
really
I told
good.
someone else, dude. Let's say you look at Matthews against Suzuki. It's a trade you do no brainer, right? Everybody would pick Matthews ahead of Suzuki.
Okay.
Like anybody would, right?
But again, we've been through this before. It depends where you are in your in the process of things. You're not gonna trade for Matthews as fucking Columbus Blue Jackets right now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're overthinking it. Nick Suzuki or Matthews, like just a player for player. Don't think context.
I mean, if you're going to say who would you want to build around as a franchise, for sure. But there's not every team right now would trade for Matthews instead of Nick Suzuki. Not every team. There are teams that are further away.
For me, that's not the exercise. It's just
okay.
The no-brainer. You put it in a context where both teams would trade. Toronto does it 1-for-1. Who loses? It's Toronto that loses, right? They gave away way more than they receives. Okay, that's so player value wise, 1-for-1. It seems super obvious. Everybody on the world takes fucking Austin Matthews, rightfully probably. Then again, you put them up against each other, and one gets away with a fucking playoff win, and one doesn't.
Right.
So what's that word?
Are we playoff experience?
No, not the playoff experience. Having players that can fucking step it up when it matters and are fucking clutch like that. So
if this was before last year, I would fucking agree with you. But Matthews fucking showed up last year. The rest of the team didn't. Matthews fucking showed up in last year's playoffs.
You got a better attitude. Dude. No, not only the points. I hate to admit it. I've gained a lot of fucking respect for Austin Matthews through.
Yeah, the closer he gets to being a Coyote, the more
I'm getting my sweaters here, dude. It's on the way. I'm gonna try not to talk about it too much because when it happens, I want to hype the fuck out of it. And
I have to admit, dude, I sent everybody the picture in the DM this morning, and I thought for sure, like I thought it was just like a routine response. Like, yeah, here, send me 500. I didn't think it mattered who you asked for or what team you asked for. I didn't think they were going to do that when it came time. I thought you were going to, but you have to put your own order in and shit like that, but you can't do that with somebody.
I'll tell you how it works, by the way, because that's how it works. I did have to go on the site, put my own order in, and in DM, he gave me a code. That was the discount code. It brought my bill from 80 something American dollars to bam, fucking zero, no shipping cost, nothing.
But what I'm saying is, if you go onto that site without having done what you did, right? You didn't do the retweets. You're just going to go and buy a sweater. You can't go to the Arizona section and add Matthews to the. Or sorry, I didn't mean to ruin the surprise. But you can't go to the. You had to have that specially done as well, did you not? How the hell did you do that?
You can absolutely go to the Coyotes page and put fucking Brian Mc whatever if you want at the end, man, and. You can buy a custom sweater from that site. It is an option.
Okay. So I can go on there. I can buy a Flyers jersey and put Suzuki on it if I want.
That's no. Not only can you do it, but I fucking would love you to do it.
Okay, so is it safe to say? It is safe to say that this is fucking not authentic jerseys that's being sent to you then?
No, absolutely.
Yeah, they're not allowed to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? If you NHL show, yeah, okay. So that's what I'm going to retweet this and I'm going to fucking advertise this, but I didn't think you were going to be able to do it. So it's fucking super, super cool that you were able to do it.
So I don't know exactly what they are. Maybe they do have a deal like for sweaters. I don't know how it works, man. Honestly, I don't care much, but I did get engaged into doing because I have the two sweaters here right now, man. I have the replica from the Kotkaniemi year, right? That one was the full one with the silver lining in the neck for the NHL logo and the actual strap for the pants. So the most expensive one, right? Then here I have a Caulfield. That's the Fanatic one from the shop. So once the sweater comes in from the site, I'm going to do it on cam, and I'm going to compare all qualities of all three of them. Listen, whatever, if it's real or not, I don't know. It's still $80-something. What's like 110 Canadian, something like that? Yeah. So that's still $100.
Plus whatever shipping would have been, right? Yeah.
On the site, it's advertised as free over $99. So that basically, no, it's before taxes. So you'd have to pay it. You'd have to pay it. So yeah, whatever.
If it comes in, you're gonna have to tweet Steve.
I'm gonna actually compare the quality.
Steve. Hey, yeah, need to see it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing though, and that was also a confident maker for me. You go on their page, you go and like tweets, and you see a bunch of people sending them pictures wearing the sweaters and jerseys that they bought or that they won from a retweet challenge, and it's actually on their profile now. They say it. Challenge us for a retweet challenge for a free jersey. They say
it's good advertising, man. 500 retweets for $100, and not like
so.
It's not $100 to them.
A lot of people came in my reply and were like, "Hey, do it for me. It's my pinned tweet."
Yeah.
And I could see most people are gonna fail it. So it is good. It is good for them because the rare fucking person that does get the 400 or 500 retweets, it's actually exceptional, man. I gotta say, I have pretty fucking awesome fucking Twitter following, even if Rob thinks that 90% of them needs to be soft block.
That was awesome.
It was awesome, dude.
It's funny too because it doesn't matter how many followers you have the same circle of fucking 8 to 15 people that you fucking communicate with, and that's about it. Like whether you got 3,500 followers or you got 80 followers. I don't know if you remember the first time it came around, the Twitter circles with the people around me. I was in everybody's fucking circle back then. Like everybody had interact with 100%. I've never known anybody more active on Twitter than you were in that time. You were on everybody's fucking threads, on everybody's posts. Fucking Patrick.
Hey, did you see the reaction? See, now you know why I don't want people to know my other surname, right?
100%,
I just added 100%. Fucking the trick part. Everybody fucking knew it already, guys. Come on. Yeah. But now it went official with a screenshot. Oh, people went nuts, right? Oh, Patrick.
It was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious. Dude. Oh, we're laughing. You know what I hate? I fucking hate my name. I really do, man. Patrick. That thing sounds more like fucking trash than Patrick.
He's a princess.
I fucking hate it. So yeah. Fuck you guys.
All right, let's get high again.
But now you know why I don't want my full name because that would create a fucking wave, man. Like people.
I got you.
They wouldn't recover.
I got you. Oh, dude, nobody would recover if they knew your full. No one. And it fucking kills me as a fucking smartass to not be able to fucking roast you for that. Fucking murders me. Like I see Beanie's tweet today. It's like, oh, Patrick, this, that. It was like on the post that you're talking about, and then it's like, I even had it typed out. I'm like, if you think that's fucking bad, ask him the full fucking name, the full real name.
And some people do know my full name on Twitter, so it's gonna go out eventually. Here's the thing. It's not really even to be anonymous. It's really the one thing it provides me.
I get that.
The one thing it provides me is fucking ensuring I can still have a job, right? I just want to work and live, man.
Yeah, he might look like me, but there's no curl to that motherfucker's mustache.
No, exactly.
Yeah, that ain't
me. And it feels like with all the people I piss off on Twitter, it's just a matter of time someone would call my work and say something about it. That's the one thing I do. Yeah.
I just stopped being a dick. Like I can't handle. I get too fucking wound up. Whenever I fucking start arguing with people, I get too fucking wound up, and then it starts to affect my real life. Like, fuck that shit, man. I'm scrolling.
I respect it completely, but dude, this really sounds like the worst fucking thing I can do right now.
What's that?
Stop being an asshole. Come on, man.
Oh, do you, man? If you can control your emotions, you do you, but I can't do it. I get fucking wound right up.
The one thing that sometimes happens
for no fucking reason.
It can affect my real life, Brian. The one thing that does happen every now and then is I become very fucking annoying to my close ones. And I'm like, oh my god, look at this stupid thing! Look at this stupid thing I did, right? And I'm with my phone in front of their faces. That's the one way it can affect my fucking day. Is boosting it positively where my girlfriend's like, oh, okay, you did that thing again.
I'm always wagging how fucking creative I am on Twitter in my wife's face, too.
Yeah, exactly.
She fucking hopes it's gonna go down. The big rumors there. I told her. She's like, wouldn't that be nice?
Fucking
anyway.
People asking for a name reveal in chat. Y'all,
name reveal of your name?
Y'all, yeah, what's hilarious, guys, it accidentally when I released when I set up the podcast account, I had my full name on there and it was there for a few seconds. Two of fucking sharp Twitter people caught it and were nice enough to delete it.
I even fucking made a joke about it because I thought you were just finally coming out with your fucking real name.
You're coming out.
Yeah. It is kinda though. Oh, water's so far away. How about our boy Jack Guy tonight, man? Bunch of shots.
That's the closest fight he's been in so far.
Hit. Yeah, I don't even think it was that close. After watching the replay, man, I don't think it was that close. He was.
You lost.
I don't think he didn't lose.
Okay,
he fucking smacked four punches for fucking Jack Guy. The other guy missed one, brought him to the ground, and then punched him while he was on the ground. You're not supposed to punch him while he's on the ground.
No, I agreed. I'm not. I even tweeted about it. Hang on, let me find it. I think I retweeted something to that effect.
There was another angle of that fight. Whenever the fucking second camera angle came out, he fucking pumped him with like 2 uppercuts, man. It was nice.
Yeah.
Not saying it was like a slobber knocker for either side, but I give it to Jack Guy.
Hang on, I'm trying to find it.
Are you watching it again?
No, I was looking for because someone tweeted the size difference between them. So there's like 3 inch and like 40-pound difference here.
Oh really?
For Jack Guy, and Jack Guy's advantage. He was the bigger guy. So for me, you look at that. Olivier came out going at like the upcoming fucking deluxe fucking goon in the league right now is Jakai, right? He can drop it with anyone. He can play hockey. He's good looking. Yep. He worked at fucking Costco. Everybody loves him. So you're that. Yep. You're Olivier, man. You have your chance tonight. The guy's bigger than you. You're trying to make a name for yourself. I feel he did good, man.
Oh, he did great. I think he did great too. I watching the game, like the guys calling the game were saying like that he was a tough character. So I didn't know anything about him before tonight's game. So
same.
He had a Go ahead.
President Prez Prez on Twitter. You know him. He's
Yeah.
He,
Of course. Very smart. Very smart.
Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. He said something. He tweeted something tonight. What was it, man? What's it about that guy? Ah, fuck, man. Fucking dabs. Let me try to find it. It's not looking good. If I go on.
Slavkovsky started looking good there by the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm a bit.
He has flashes, man. It's like I don't know how to put it. It's like
I don't know.
He has flashes. He has flashes of showing what he could really do. Is I guess what I'm getting at. Didn't see much from him in the first period, but by the end of the third, he was winning battles on the board.
His flashes. The one thing is
holding on to the puck, which is something that I've noticed that he has to start doing a little bit more. Holding on to it instead of getting rid of it as fast as he can.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, here's the one thing, man. St. Louis is coaching the way he would have liked to be coached, right? As a player. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. I don't think everybody's made of the same fucking fabric as Martin St. Louis.
Fair enough.
So, the way he's promoting that type of stress-free creative play with the puck, once you have the puck, make it play. He preaches that a lot. And I don't know if it's reacting because he had fire burning inside of him, Martin St. Louis, as a person. I don't feel like if you don't have that, it's kind of a good system to slack and float in.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that was developed.
Go on.
I think that was developed. He's like the Paul Byron type. He went on waivers and then got picked up and then he just really exploded, right? So I don't know. I think that was made. I don't think that I don't know anything about him from junior, so I can't speak to that. But it feels like when you have to carve your own path like that, you know what I mean? I think that's where the fire comes.
I think it has to be inside of you somehow. Like some people just never gonna get it, and some people are like that since forever, right? Listening to David Savard, I like him or not, today was a rough game for it. The guy's undrafted. Yep. The guy went a big second junior year, where he was draft exempt from the previous year, and he signed. I saw an interview from him, and he said that at some point he decided that year where he really exploded in juniors to give it a real shot. I'll start acting like a pro, commit to that one objective of making the NHL, man, and let's see it. And like him or not, I mean he's a fucking NHL defenseman, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe guys like that's gonna react to St. Louis' history or story a bit more, right? That would make sense.
Yeah.
Then again, I feel like you have it or you don't, man.
True. Being proved, right?
Yep.
Proof's in the pudding, they say.
I'm talking a lot. Man. What do you think?
That's okay.
I think what we should do.
Question. What we should do right now is both of us should. Now that we brought up St. Louis, we were talking about this earlier.
Oh yeah.
Let's fucking drop our first gripe. We've been singing his praises nonstop. My first gripe is I don't like the all forward power play or the all 6 forwards for the extra attacker. I don't like it. I've been burned by it too much. I might be okay with it if you had a defending forward, but like you've got Mike Hoffman back there defending, or Dadonov back there defending as the last guy back, and it's burned us more times than it's helped us. What do you think?
It's a good topic because I could see again why Martin St. Louis probably has been that guy that's been the 6th forward for Tampa back in the days, right?
Before you go, I want to address this too. I've got people saying that, and I know it's going to happen, that it's not his power play. It's Alex Burrow's power play, which is, I don't think you can even say that because Alex Burrows has been in charge of that power play for a lot longer than St. Louis has been here, and we have never seen 5 forwards on the bench. Never. That has Martin St. Louis' fingerprints all over it.
Or Claude Julien was like, no fucking way. You're gonna put
But then
six-
there was Dom, then there was
and
Ducharme.
then it was
and
Dom
then-
Ducharme, and then Dom was like, no fucking way you're gonna put 6 forwards. It's quite possible,
so.
Brian. It is
It's
quite. Think about
It's
it.
possible. You can leave your quite at home. It is possible.
Okay.
There is no. I don't know. There's no
You don't-
way. No way.
you don't think-
that
you don't
has
think
St.
it-
Louis written all over it? No.
You don't think
No.
a head coach as the often is going to come in and say, hey, listen, that's beyond what I could, like, he has the last say on stuff, even if you have a power play coach, right?
Of course.
You
Which
don't-
is why.
I don't
Which
know
is
that.
why there's 5 forwards on the power play. Like, he has
Yeah,
the last
that's
say. If the other coaches have the last say, then so does he. So, like, at the end of the day, he wears that. Like it's okay to have somebody in charge of your special teams, but
I don't think the
he's the head
system is
coach.
even
I mean,
that bad, man. The power
what,
play
having
system.
5 forwards?
Hang on.
I don't think. Depends on who's out there. Again, like I said, if you're going to leave Hoffman or Dadenoff the last man back, you're going to get burned all the time. All the time. I don't like it. And the second unit, you've got defensemen on. I just don't get it. I don't understand.
I kind of agree. And then again,
You're gonna have. That's the other thing. You're gonna have that fucking drop pass to nowhere, and you're not
No,
gonna
no,
have
no.
a defenseman.
That-
You're
so
gonna have
that's a-
10
yeah. But beyond that, once installed in the zone, I don't dislike the system. I like the passing.
I don't dislike the system either, but you could have
nobody,
a defenseman back there.
nobody fucking shoots. Yeah, I would prefer
That's the problem.
defenseman, but I would prefer
that is the
defenseman Brian,
problem.
back there, because when the inevitable happens, you want your D-man
Yeah.
to. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah,
100%,
for sure.
100%, Pat.
But that slingshot is another topic where I hate it, dude.
oh.
I cannot live with
Hate
that
it.
fucking. So that's something that came before Martin St. Louis. So that's something that probably
Who
is.
started that? Who was the fucking coach that started that? And everybody's
Can,
like,
can,
yeah,
can
we
I
got it.
suggest
We
you what
all
it was
do that.
actually,
Let's just do
Brian?
that.
From
Yeah,
memory,
please.
that was Burroughs with the Twins in Vancouver.
Actually, now listen.
It worked.
For no reason at all, my memory says it started in Vancouver. Like, I don't.
Well,
so-
there you go. I'm going to tell you,
It could very well be it.
the Siddons were inducted. Is that how we say it in English? In the Hockey Hall of Fame. In the Hockey Hall of Fame this week. And someone said, who was it, man? I read somewhere that they reached out to Burroughs and they mentioned. I think they even mentioned him in their speech, saying they wouldn't have that many points without Burroughs on the power play, and I believe that's where it comes from, because they would slow down the play. That's how the Siddons were never fast players, right? But they had
right.
all. So I think it would make sense if with those quality players that played that style of a slow pace. Do you remember that the year that
And let's not forget, it was a slower game. Like the further you go back, the slower the game
I
was.
think it
It's
made
faster
sense.
now than it's ever been.
I think it made sense if that's where it came from and that's how they played it, right? I mean, from memory, I'd have to check it out, but I think that's
Now,
how it happened.
to add to your gripe with it, I can't stand it when it works properly. Tonight, when it fucking bobbled 3 times and they got scoring chances against us because of the fucking drop pass on the power play.
Call it the slingshot, dude. It's awesome.
The slingshot, that's what we call it?
It's a
Okay.
slingshot.
Well, whatever. It is also a drop pass.
Woo!
Anyway, when it doesn't work, it, like I said, it sets fire to my soul.
That's fucking hilarious.
There's
by the way.
nothing I hate worse. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I fucking hate it even when it works.
Even when it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it kind of doesn't, right? Yeah.
I have something else that bothers me from, and I want to say, man, I'm not complaining about Martin St. Louis. I fucking love him. I love 99% of what he does. And one thing he does that really fucking pisses me off is the fucking timing for calling the goalie. Like, you have the worst fucking reads of the situations. Like, it's never the right time. It's always too early. Sometimes, what's the first time he did it? Like something like 6 or 5 minutes. Remember that time?
No, you thought it was 6 minutes. It was 2.5 minutes.
When?
You thought it was. I remember clearly this. It was like 2.5 minutes.
No way.
And you were like,
No
"What
way,
was it?" Yeah, 100%. I remember. This
Anyway,
was in the
man.
first podcast.
Whatever, what-
Anyway.
No, I'm not.
We're getting a fact checker. We're getting.
Someone
He's gonna
fact
have a
check.
ponytail.
Rob is pretty good at searching. Wait. Rob is pretty good at searching old tweets, so be useful, man. Find
It was,
it.
it was on the podcast.
Was it? No way.
100%. We were talking about it, and you're like, fucking, they said it was 6 minutes. I'm like, no, man, it was 2 minutes. But like,
I'm sorry, it was more than 2 minutes the first time you pulled.
If-
Anyway,
oh,
man. It never works and it always fails. So that's who cares? 2 minutes.
I'll even add to
Fucking
it.
hate him.
Fucking pulled the goalie and put another fucking forward out there. They didn't even have possession of the puck, man. Like, they had a face-off, and they had 6 forwards out there with no goalie. Doc bobbles the puck at the blue line, and that's all she wrote. That's it. Fucking chance is over. Fuck.
I love to argue about that. I agree about all of it.
You know how they say, like, you got to do like a compliment sandwich? So you tell them one good thing,
Yeah.
one bad thing, and then the good thing. Like, fucking, yes, Martin St. Louis, I'm so glad you play the top line more than any other coach has ever played the top line before. That I will give you. Thank you for giving the top line most minutes. I appreciate that. This whole fucking rolling 4 lines is garbage if you only have 2.
We always appreciate Martin St. Louis. I don't feel I need to add another layer of fucking bread quality, whatever.
I guess it's a compliment tostada. That's what it is tonight. No other side of bread. So.
It's like a croque monsieur of fucking psychology. I've been neglecting the chat. Let's read some of this chat stuff, man.
Yeah, let's read some of that shit.
Dude. Dadonov, what is he doing on special teams? That's an easy one to answer, right? It's hard to justify some of the decisions unless they're thinking they want to raise the value and get something at the deadline.
This is Dadonov, man. He's been around long enough. This drives me crazy when it comes to the theory that you have to showcase somebody. Like, fucking Joel Edmondson's been in the league for fucking 7 years. He's got 2 Stanley Cups, right? Or 1 Stanley Cup with fucking St. Louis. But we have to showcase him to make sure that he's still playing well. Like, no. Showcasing happens with fucking prospects and usually in the fucking preseason. After that, we're trying to get either wins or accomplish something in the season. We're not showcasing people on the power play. It doesn't fucking happen. Dadonov is actually pretty fucking fast. That's the reason he's on the power play. He's actually a fucking bulldog when it comes to loose pucks. But he's been snake bitten this year, and he can't defend worth shit. Did you see that fucking last play? Where that fucking Kulali danced both him and fucking Harris? Like, Dadonov is backing up, could have fucking come into a fucking 1-on-2, but Dadonov kind of like throws a shoulder at him and just stops at the blue line. Ends up a fucking... And, with that, kind of cut Harris off in the fucking... Like, it was the worst play I've ever seen anybody do. That was terrible.
I agree, man.
Harris had a bad game tonight, too. Like, it's what it is. The kid's a fucking Blair, but he had a bad game tonight.
I do agree also about the first part you said about Dadonov. There's also some... Like it or not, there's some respect for what players have achieved in this league, right? When someone has been a 20, 25, 30 goal scorer steadily in his career, you expect them and you're gonna help them get out of the drought rather than step on it, right? Mm-hmm. You know, in that league, even
100%.
Even an old coach that likes to punish players is gonna end up giving a chance. It's rare that you'll see people fucking push it so hard on someone that they give him no chance to rise from their fucking slump, I guess.
I guess that the theory is that he's a streaky player, but when it really comes down to it, there's like a handful of players that aren't streaky and the rest of them are. Like, I think you can you can only ask for not like franchise players to not be streaky, you know what I mean?
I have a challenge for you.
Okay.
On an 80 game schedule,
right?
Spread 20 goals and make it not look like streaky. Show me
That's
how.
what I'm saying.
It's impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's
you win this
they're gonna score 2 goals a game every now and then. They're gonna score two games in a row, and every now and then there's gonna be some fucking spaces. It's almost automatic, man.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
unless
so
you're a 100-point player, and
exactly. Unless you even 60 or 80, like, okay, you could steadily put points. You like it, nice. Yeah, 30. 30 goals. You spread them out. It's pretty streaky, man. It's hard to get. You're not going to get a goal every
100%. Gallagher didn't look streaky because he was injured all the other times that he wasn't putting the puck in the net.
How many games did I say, Rob? Rob says 82 games. Make more realistic. Like, what did I say, man? Didn't I say 80?
You said 80. You said 80.
Oh, sorry,
You
Rob.
also said fucking 6 minutes when it was only 2.5. So
It was
whatever.
so at least 5 something, dude.
Fuck you, man. It was not.
Big whoop. Want to fight about it?
Oh, I can't fight you. I am seriously gonna go look it up at the end of this, like fucking, because we can figure it out. When did we, like, I think I'm almost positive it was our first podcast, and then we'll go look and see. I'm sure we could find this. It was hilarious too because you were fucking wound up about it. I'm like, no, man. There's like 2 minutes left, and you're like, oh, fuck. So now you thought it was 5 minutes again. It was like 2:38.
I'm fucking Googling it right now. Don't know if it's gonna work.
You're gonna go, like, yeah, I'm telling you. I'm pretty sure it was our first podcast. Actually, just go look at all the fucking goalie pulls. Has he ever pulled anybody at 6 minutes?
I'm trying to find that stats. It's not as mainstream as you expect it to be. It's not like boop. It's not on the front page of ESPN. No, I mean,
it's not goals saved above average expected. So fucking whatever.
Exactly, man.
Exactly. Man, you want to talk about that stat? Let's talk about that stat for the other goalies the last 2 games. Like fucking that Devils goalie stood on his head. What was his name? What's that guy's fucking name? Who? There was like the Devils goalie. He saved like a half a dozen in that first period that he shouldn't have fucking saved.
What's this?
I forget.
No, Devils.
No.
Yeah.
Starts with an A or something.
Fuck, dude.
I don't remember either.
Yeah.
It's not fair. I leave you the only one with the computer. I would Google it, but I'm fucking recording on the thing I Google with. I'm recording on my Google machine.
Was it Vanashek or Schmidt?
It would be the not Schmidt, the other one.
Vitek Vanashek? Was that him?
How many shots did we have in the first period? It was fucking bananas. He saved like 4 or 5 that he had no business saving. That's why I get all wound up at these fucking goals saved above average stats, man. They fucking drive me crazy. Like, hot streaks have been happening long before you fucking started counting these things.
For sure. Then again,
goalies get hot, shocking. You know what I mean? Like, there's been more fucking Stanley Cups won on the back of a hot fucking streaky goaltender than anything else. Anything else.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you got?
I think it's Vanashek. That's the guy. The chat is a bit late, so yeah. Thanks, guys.
Can anybody find one fucking goalie longer than 3 minutes this year?
Yeah. Anybody in the chat knows the stat for pulled goalies for Martin St. Louis. I don't know if it's first or his second one, but very early in the season he pulled the goalie. Like, it was insanely freaking early in my.
Your memory is fallible.
This is the first thing we're actually gonna find the answer of. We've sailed through everything. Bring it up.
Yeah.
Next show, if anything, just. No, take a note.
Yeah, of course. We'll figure it out.
Find that stat. Yeah. Okay.
The longest goalie pull. If it's longer than fucking 2 minutes and 40 seconds, I'll eat my shoe, or my Galchenyuk sweater.
Didn't you eat it already?
Yes. And then I sent you a monocle.
Fuck. And then $8 for your check.
Yeah. I'm starting to think, man, what a trigger word that was. Holy shitballs. Hey? We laugh about knowing all the fucking bot trigger words. Scammed. Whenever I wrote that.
I got scammed. You found a new one.
Yeah, holy. That one was, that's aggressive, too.
Fuck. Yeah, it was.
I really like this one.
What did you answer to the guy? You guys exchanged a few messages after the bot?
Yeah, there was a couple people. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think one of them was a real person, too. Like, it was funny because he laughed at what I said. He's like, one guy's like, what actually happened? I was like, well, I made a joke about fucking this, and then bots started talking to me, and here we are. And he laughed at me. And what was the other one? how much? Like, what did you lose? And I was like, not just money, my dignity. I started fucking communicating with bots for days on end, unbeknownst to me.
Fuck,
So, what's your
man.
take? Is Twitter going to disappear?
Oh yeah, I love that you and that was pinned in the chat. People, now's the time, man. Interact with that topic. Well, are you afraid?
No, I'm not afraid, but I do believe it could happen. I would take it as the kick in the ass I need to get off fucking social media anyway.
Oh man, come on.
I'd just sell you all my chocolate bars.
Yeah, no man.
No, man.
No.
I don't know what are you gonna do? Like, are you just gonna fucking chill on Discord and shit?
Discord is already like a daily, like it's in my everyday use already, right? There's so many servers. I have a server. Like even my friend Paul is in the chat right now. I've seen it a few minutes ago, man. We're on Discord basically every day, man.
Yeah.
So another friend of mine, Carl, we that's like pretty much our main way of communicating already. Like it was
Right.
ICQ, MSN, Messenger, all those things through the years. Well, Discord is my daily social media chat, like real time chat. I use it as almost as much as Messenger, right? So yeah, I think I'm gonna
Facebook
fall back
Messenger?
on that. Yeah, Facebook Messenger, right? Which is the thing that kept my Facebook account alive for years by now, right? It's the one, right? You know what I mean? Like I use it, I do use it for the promo for the French podcast. Well, for we
I hate
Habs in general.
Facebook so much, man.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's a need, especially if you're gonna have a project like that. Like it's a strong platform.
To be honest, the only reason I ever had a Facebook account was because I started a DJ company. Like, I held out longer than anybody else, and then I started a page for myself, and then tied my business to it, and had the second page. But as soon as that DJ company was absolved, man, I got rid of Facebook. I really, really, really don't like Facebook.
I don't really like Facebook, but yeah,
I don't like it because
it became
here's
the main
what I
channel
like
of-
about social media. I like to either make jokes or I like to fucking argue a little bit about whatever and I like to fucking get my news or whatever. The thing I don't like about Facebook is that if I'm going to be who I am and I offend somebody or vice versa, or I'm pissed off, I get to fucking see that person in line at 7-Eleven. You know what I mean? Like, Facebook's geographical fucking people you already know. Twitter is a bunch of strangers like-minded to my, you know what I mean? I'm not going to go in there. I'm not going to talk to all these Canuck fans on fucking Facebook on about the Habs and shit like that. I had to come and find a community of you guys.
I have to say, yeah, exactly. I agree on all that, man. I would not want my hockey Twitter to just appear on my Facebook all of a sudden, right?
Right.
It's two different fucking worlds, right? People, there's a few people that cross over that line. It's okay. It works. It works with them. Like, there's a few people I know that don't talk much about. Yeah, so I appreciate that, by the way.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, you're right. I wouldn't want them. Like, I forged my Twitter community, and I've been preaching that for so long. Like, if you think Twitter sucks, you've done a poor job of building what you're seeing and what you're not seeing, man. You can see what you want. It'll come exactly as you want it if you just try a bit. It's easy. Then again, reach the other level where you appreciate those random encounters for the good or for the bad, right? Either you're gonna argue with some fucking idiot and it's gonna be hilarious, either you're gonna discover someone you really get along with and make friendship, man. It's
fucking A, man. Some of my best friends are people I met on Twitter. Like, you're communicating with, like, you're following hashtags and shit like that. You're following like-minded people. All right. You run your risk of, like, creating an echo chamber, but
Chrissy asking if you're good.
If I'm what?
Brian, you good?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is about, man. Chrissy?
I'm really good.
I'm really good.
Big whoop. Want to fight about it?
Is it my coughing fit?
Oh, that's possible. Dude.
Yeah, maybe.
The quantity you smoke, I'd be dying the whole fucking show, man.
Okay.
Yeah, you're talking fucking Twitter friendships, man. I've went to several games with people like René Cal on Twitter, then even Paul lately, not long ago, fucking Pittsburgh game. We had a we spent 2 days with him and his girlfriend downtown Montreal. Me and my girlfriend, we just fucking walked around a bit. We did a few things and went to the Pittsburgh game where I fucking booed Petrie out of my fucking lungs. That's from Twitter, man. No Twitter, no that. It's crazy. Even you and me, man. This pod is one thing, and I appreciate it. I really love the pod, and I really love love potting with you. But way before the pod, I fucking appreciated you in my life at another way. Same for Mathieu. You know, I have genuine friends that I've made on this platform that are now part of my life, even not necessarily always physically, right? But eventually it'll cross over to some physical stuff, right?
I tell you, man, it's like with given these platforms, it's a small world. It's a small world. So like being geographical isn't prerequisite to being a friend anymore. You know what I mean?
The other episode, man. If I could choose one citizenship, it would be internet culture. That's my favorite thing in the world. Like, yeah, whatever the worst fucking shit happens, 5 minutes later, there's that fucking perfect meme. And we can, everybody secretly or not laughs about it, and it helps fucking get over fucking grievances and stuff, right? Like to just fucking.
It sure is nice to be able to fucking laugh in the open, knowing nobody's laughing nobody's listening to what you're laughing at. Like being like in a group chat like we have,
well said.
or like hanging out with a bunch of people and then not seeing, like, my sense of humor changes like that when I'm not in public. Like like we had that running thing, jokes we won't say in public. Yeah. Some of those were fucking good.
Could that be a podcast? Jokes you can't say in public? Oh my god. You have the balls for that? That's big, dude. That's getting canceled, like, before you even...
Canceled. Like, we gotta go on Spotify immediately. I would.
Oh, shit.
I would. But we'd have to be prepared for what happens. You know what I mean? Like this would be affected. Like everything. Yeah. The views in this podcast do not necessarily reflect anybody else on Earth. God, I love that shirt, man.
Thanks, man.
Look at you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's
listen, I'd buy a suit from you.
It's a Montreal company. It's called Marco, man. It's located not too far, but they make like high quality products and stuff. Yeah, love it. And it's local.
I still have a coat from Montreal. Danier leather. Danier.
Yeah. I don't know. I still have a leather coat, and I stopped wearing it for several years because of values. Because I'm like, I don't like wearing fucking dead animal skin. It bothered me.
Fair enough.
And then again, last year I'm like, fuck, it's a beautiful coat, and that one's already dead, right? Like,
that one's already dead. Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I really don't like it. And like I said, I put it to shame for a few years. Then I saw it, I'm like, ooh, that's a pretty coat.
I bet you'd look good with that shirt underneath it.
And that mustache, right?
My parole.
Fuck, where's the...
Yeah, where'd it go?
Where'd it go, man? Where's the soundboard? It's broken.
Has anybody found a fucking goalie pole longer than 3 minutes yet?
I don't think so, man.
Yeah, they're gonna be looking.
No, well,
they're gonna be looking.
They're talking
looking for a while.
They found Colorado with 13 minutes, but I'm talking Martin St. Louis here. It's this year, guys.
Yeah.
Or maybe was it last year?
No, it wasn't last year. We weren't doing podcasts fucking last
year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have another dab, Pat.
I was.
That's what I do. The fucking Rob cutting out because I'm a princess. Like that is fucking gold.
I honestly love it. Like sometimes, there's that stupid clip or picture going on that you're like, okay, like I could live without that one. That one I fucking love. It's because I'm a princess. It's
funny that you were saying that movie, but fucking like that's gonna live forever. That's fucking hilarious.
Love it. Dude, I am a princess sometimes, right?
We all are. Why do you think I got a fucking buffet of live resin here?
And yeah, by the way, you complimented my shirt. I gotta say, yours is pretty fucking cool too.
Hey,
man. It's another.
you're a mean one, Mr. Grin. Hey? I'd stand up, but my fucking shorts are all stained.
Don't stand up.
Don't stand up.
It's fine.
I'll wear a new Christmas shirt every week until Christmas. I've got
Really?
quite the collection. Oh yeah.
And maybe a surprise.
This is. What's
Hey,
that?
by the way, we completely missed it, but the winner last week for the contest was Melissa,
Oh,
right?
Melissa.
Hey, let's
yes.
talk about. Hey. Is it shipped out already?
No. The reason why it's not is because Rob
Shit,
and
sorry,
Chrissy said
I
that
didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
No, it's okay. I'm already over it. Fucking A. Like,
What
yeah.
happened? What happened?
Anyway, Rob and Chrissy said that they might be interested in ordering a couple things, and the last thing I wanted to do was get on their case this week. So I spoke to Melissa. I said paying shipping was part of the deal. So she's picked what she wanted. It will go out, whether it goes out alone or it goes out with an order with Rob and Chrissy. That'll remain to be seen. If it ends up being past December 1st when it's supposed to arrive, she can have whatever she wants. The value of the calendar is hers to choose whatever she wants.
Okay, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Nice try, Pat. Fucking.
No.
Big whoop. Wanna
Yeah,
fight
it works
about
now.
Yeah, nice try, Pat. Yeah. I got you. Melissa, you will get whatever you have coming to you, whatever you want, and we will make sure it works.
Sorry, I couldn't stop it. I'm the worst at this, man. Okay, come on.
Maybe just a shorter applause clip. That's the way. Holy.
So
This isn't Dr. Phil.
in the software, there's a bunch that are since they came with it, they're like legal to use, right? So they're like, yeah, I love using them. They're fun.
Jesus Christ. That one was crazy.
Was it? It's not the first time.
Well, just because of the, like, I don't know,
It was loud.
I don't have the podcasting. No, yeah. It was right in my drums. But that's okay.
Shit.
That's okay.
Is it too loud in the chat? Are the sound
No.
clips
Oh.
too loud? How potent is that calendar she's getting? Was that discussed? It's a question in the chat, or am I putting you on the spot again?
No, it's already been decided. I gave her the choice between 10, 25, and 50 milligrams, and she chose 50. Smart girl.
It's
that is-
insane to me.
It's,
Is the
yes.
goal-
Oh, fuck, dude. You should see too, because the fucking chocolates are like I would love to be able to offer 100 milligram fucking calendar. The chocolates are so goddamn small that it starts to taste fucking ass. But like it's questionable at 50. Melissa, fucking be prepared. But they're so small that like 2 bites and you can swallow it. So it was definitely something. It was a challenge we ran into. We can't go any higher than 50.
Ben says, "I know what an advent calendar is, Pat. That's not what I asked. I asked how potent that one was." You fucking
The potency for Melissa, she chose 50 milligrams times 24, 1,200 milligrams total.
I was wondering, people actually do it, like a hittable every fucking day of the month, like.
I don't care what they do. They can eat 6 in one day and then not any the
I'm
next day. I
asking.
don't care.
Rob, Chrissy in the chat.
First.
Melissa's not there tonight, I think. Do you think she's gonna go fucking one every day for 25 days?
24.
There's none for Christmas?
No, just till Christmas Eve. I think. I'm pretty sure it's 24.
I don't know, man.
We filled that mold. Like fucking. We filled the whole thing, so like we don't leave one empty. So it's either 24 or 25. Like I don't know the answer to that right now. I just made literally 63 fucking calendars.
I am too high to follow the chat, Rob. Thank you for your comment.
Whenever he said you're low, that's what I thought he meant, because you hadn't dabbed yet, but he meant your volume. So I thought he was making a joke.
Shit, man. So yeah, so you've got that COVID throat. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, no, I don't, but I understand. Now my son's got the pink eye. Fucking, my daughter went like 11 days, and We got her completely cleared up, sent her back to school. 2 days later, the boy has it. Like, holy fuck, man.
Is it faster this time around to get a prescription? Because it's like you have.
My doctor she didn't even think it was pink eye. So we went and she told us to just get lubricating eye drops. And then we literally went back 5 days later and got the medicated ones. And after 3 days of medicated drops, she was cleared up. So we felt like the worst parents ever. Like, we just went and bought lubricating eye drops and it just prolonged her fucking infection. So we felt terrible.
Oh my God. That sucks.
Yeah.
Then
yeah.
again,
I mean, you live, you learn.
Yep.
Yep.
Was there anything
Next
else? I think there was some. What happened?
There's some goalie talk. We need to be talking about the goalies a little bit. They seem to be coming back down to earth.
I don't know because I found like we're not. It's like the defense. Like I said, what I was saying, good about the blue line not long ago is not working. It's not as efficient anymore. Where the lanes they're giving now they're kind of now they're what's it called, man? When you block the vision of the goalie, right?
Screening.
Yeah, screening. Thank you. The screening. Yeah. They're screening their own goalie. They're not leaving the proper easy lanes for the goalie anymore. So the defense have been slacking up a bit.
Does that make the decision easier when Matheson comes back?
Well, I tell you what,
because that's any day now.
Historically, that's how it worked. One guy looks bad a few games before the other guy's ready, and that's an easy decision, especially when the guy's a kid that doesn't need to clear waivers, right? That's a double 100%. Standard right there. So Aris has played questionably tonight, even though I think he scored, right?
He scored, but he had an off game.
So yeah. Oh, I don't know, man. The talk is. There's really
I still
guys.
don't.
Do you waiver?
There's 3 guys.
Can you afford to just waiver Kovacevic and take the chance to lose him?
They told him earlier this week to get an apartment, so it's not him. It's not him, and he was fucking great tonight, man. He's good. He's quietly better. He's quietly better than the 3 kids that we're talking about, or not. I don't think he's better than Gooley, but he's better than the other 2.
He counts as a veteran presence for me. I don't know how old he is exactly, but he's
young as shit, man. This is like
5, 4.
I don't even think he's that old, is he? Like he came over on a waivers because he couldn't crack the Jets lineup, right? I think he's young. He's like 25.
He's 25, dude.
He's 25.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, that makes sense then. I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know.
Okay, well then let's move on.
Is it completely against?
Then the conversation is it Aris or Jacky, right? That's then the question that is that.
I get it.
Who's your guy?
And again, that's based on business, right? Like we thought that was the case whenever Edmondson was coming back, and it ended up being Weidman. So I only based that decision on the fact that that he didn't have to go through waivers, and that I thought Jacky was going to go down when Edmondson comes back. You convinced me because it was Edmondson.
That's what they're saying in the chat right now too.
Fuck me, man.
Joel Laplante is there saying rookies are fine. Stop blaming them, and he called Rob Robert, and I love when people do that. Chrissy does that sometime in the group chat too, and I fucking love it. It's like, Robert, there's another tone to it, right?
Trick. Yeah, same thing.
Shit, dude.
Shit.
That hurts.
What are they talking about in the chat? What do you mean it's not the rookie's fault?
Well, Rob was saying, I guess, Brian, stop farting on their pillows. On whose pillows, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
no.
That was weird. Kids, blah, blah, blah. Rob said 4 rookies not playing elite for 82 games. No, say it ain't so.
No.
Okay, so,
and I mean, like...
Joel, that was a bit dramatic the way you reacted to Rob's Rob's comment. It wasn't that bad.
Let's not pretend like fucking Laval doesn't need the help or the kick in the ass right now anyway. Like, they are shit bags right now. They're shit.
They're not getting the reinforcement if we trade Edmondson, though.
I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if I do that, man. Like, were we all fooled by a few wins? I see we see where we are at American Thanksgiving, but for Matheson coming back,
That's
it's
how you
tough.
think.
But I still think it's Harris, man. I do. I think it's Harris.
Bro, that's how you think, though, right? People wanted it so bad, that pick, and that year is so good, and they keep saying it, and the organization is facing rookies that are playing over the expectation. So maybe that's the route you got to take if that's the real thing you're doing, right? Maybe you're like, fuck it, you know what? The return for Edmondson could be monstrous, being the fact he's only 3.5 millions. He has one more year after this one on his contracts, I believe, and then he's a fucking stud in the playoffs. So you have all those factors that we could swallow part of his salary too. He could cost one.
I wouldn't do that yet. I wouldn't do it yet. Again,
no,
I said
maybe
this.
Not yet now.
I said this a lot this whole week on Twitter, that I think Edmondson's value goes up the longer you keep him. I truly believe that, and I don't think that it's going to cost anybody development or confidence issues to go down to Laval. Like, I don't care. And I don't care if it does. Like, fucking fight to get back here. If you're not the fucking best like, people talking about offering these kids fucking a meal ticket all the way to the big club. If you go fucking be sent down to Laval and you don't fucking prove you're worth getting back up here, then you weren't supposed to be here in the first place. You got your shot in the bigs. It is what it is. Sometimes business is supposed to dictate your decision. Matheson coming back, it's got to be Jack or Harris business-wise, because you don't want to lose anybody on waivers. I could trade Savard right now, but
historically, when the team has needed, they would have probably, let's say you go back a few years, pretty sure whether it's Bergevin, no, let's say under Bergevin, he would have probably sent Slavs down to Laval because of waivers issue, because he could do it rather than Rem Pitlick last week. I feel like the current organization has changed its way of taking.
I think the best example of that was fucking them sitting Weidman over Harris or Jekai when Edmondson came back. I think that's the best example of it.
The first example, at least, and then again you got this one. They have the choice. What do? They waiver Rem Pitlick instead of making the easy choice of cutting someone that just clears the waivers without question. They took that risk because they felt they had to. Look, did they just call back fucking Red Pitlick right back today, I think, right?
Yep. I think that's to replace Armia.
Jonathan Drouin is out long term for sure, but I mean he wasn't playing much. So
Armia's on the IR as well.
I think we're tanking, dude. I think they're trying. Dude. No, here's the thing. I agree on one thing. Players never tank. So we're not really tanking when people say we're tanking. That thing really doesn't exist on the ice level. But as an organization, you can stay idle when you should buy or sell because you have a bigger plan.
Okay. We got into this a couple people and I this week as well. Realistically, let's talk about it realistically. The only players you can shop that might get you a return at the moment are Edmondson, Anderson, and Allen. I don't think Anderson moves the needle very much for wins and losses. Edmondson, I think you get a heck of a lot more for Edmondson the later you wait in the season. That leaves Allen. If you trade Allen, you bring up Primo. I'm not saying it's something I would do. I don't hate it if it's the tank, that's the route that you're going. And I'm not saying it's something management wouldn't do. I think they would. I think that's something they would do. Anybody else?
Primo, man.
But hold on. This is a tank move, remember? If it's a tank move, then who gives a fuck who's in the net?
Well, Laval. I like those kids having. I know it's not the season, the start they expected in Laval, and it's disappointing a bit. I get it.
Okay.
I still think they have a chance to make the playoff. It's early right now. They have a good core. They have good players.
Hold on. But if your goal is to tank for your NHL club,
I pick up a goalie on the waivers or something. I make a trade for a first rounder for a fucking ham in the league. There's options for a quick.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't touch Primo, man. I leave him there because I want. Primo's pretty good.
Then Montebeau's your starter, and you bring fucking who else is left? There's Dishow or somebody like.
No,
who gives a shit?
don't touch those kids, man. Let them play.
You get what
Let them play.
you get what I'm saying.
I
You
pick
don't,
up a
like,
waiver
you don't-
pick or something stupid like that, the 5th rounder for a guy that doesn't play somewhere.
Okay.
And I really go with the hard route.
Realistically, the other way, where I was going with that, with the prefix of that, was that no one else that we want to trade or get rid of their contracts can be moved with a return right now. You are going to have to pay to move everybody else. You're going to have to pay to move Hoffman. You're going to have to pay to move Drouin at the time.
But then you
right
don't.
now.
But then you don't.
What do you mean? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is there's all this conversation about tank. You don't tank, the players don't tank, the management tanks. You're not spending to get rid of any contracts. Josh Anderson doesn't move the needle very much with wins and losses. Edmondson, you know what you do right now? You fucking sit back and watch the regression happen that everybody thought was going to happen throughout the whole season. We're 20 games in. You need to just let it go for the next however long, till American Thanksgiving. And if you think that, you got to reassess then. We're not talking tankers and non-tankers. We're talking buyers or sellers. That's basically what it is. Are you a buyer or are you a seller? Right? We're a seller. We're a seller. We have to sell no matter what.
For sure.
So I don't really think, unless you think that you're like Jake Allen in his .902 save percentage is so good that it's costing you you're not going to tank until after you've sold your assets. Okay? Tanks don't start to happen until after the deadline. That's the way it should be. And anybody who says that if you're not contending, you should be tanking, that would be the fucking most boring goddamn league to ever fucking watch any sports in. So I'm glad they don't fucking think like that.
People saying Primo's having his worst season ever in Laval right now, and Primo doesn't have it. Can't be top notch in the NHL. Yeah, I've been over that already. I don't believe in him.
I've been singing that song for a long, long time.
I think that what Montembeault has that Primo doesn't is what is always going to make the difference at that level. Montembeault, he had a bad game tonight. Wasn't the best one. I expect a strong start next game. He's been like that. He doesn't carry on to the next game the negative energy from a loss or from.
Allen's had two fucking woofers in a row. Things are starting to balance out, right? This is what's going to happen.
Oh man,
I don't think you do anything. I don't think you panic move at all. No, you just let it go. If everybody plays that way. Hold on, let me go close the door. My kid's in bed.
No problem. If you still hear me, man?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, cool. The question is going to be, so was it Harris or Jacky?
I'm not saying I'm right. Okay, so
we're always just two fucking idiots that talk about hockey.
If Twitter's still there, I'm not saying I'm right, but I put Harris down. I sent Harris down, and yeah, Jackie's still showing all the shit. He's on the fucking power play, man. He's fucking fighting guys, fucking real guys. He's showing, he's showing all those fucking guys. He's still showing all that shit that we fucking love him for. I'm not saying fucking Harris is he didn't have a good game tonight. I'm not saying he's not a fucking good defenseman, but I mean between the two of them right now, for me, it's Harris.
What if you're tanking?
It's still Harris if I'm tanking.
Oh. I think Jacky could affect the outcome of a game more because the full package. It might be a fight, it might be a hit, it might be a goal. Jacky can affect directly the outcome of a game in my books more than Harris right now.
And there are people who fucking are more involved fans than others, and those people know who Harris is. But for the Bell Center holds 26,000 people. I bet you 20,000 of them know who Jacky is over Harris. Do you get what I'm saying? The average fan, if you're not in there to win games, if you're in there to put butts in the seats for now and this and that, the more exciting hockey player is Arbor Jacky right now. So if it's not for wins, if you're tanking anyway, then I think I would send Harris. And again, it's strictly a business decision. If I had the chance to sit Savard instead of him, I would. But we can't do. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Oh,
With
yeah,
Matheson coming back, it's Matheson, right? He's supposed to be a good fucking hockey player. He's supposed to be a fucking semi-seasoned fucking, like it's his third year.
No,
Like he's an NHLer.
he's said to be a puck moving D that can really help with the launching the attack, right? Crossing the neutral and
Okay.
getting in the zone, right? That's what. So for me, it's funny you say that because for me, it's Eddie, dude. It's Eddie. I know you don't want to trade him now.
Really?
If I could scratch a guy, yeah, because that's what I think we want to build around. If you can have Savard and Matheson as your two veteran presence in the future, first of all, Savard, the way he's played early in this season, he's been solid, dude. He had one bad night tonight. He's been fucking solid all year long. It's like he top second or top three for block shots in the league. He's making the right play time and time and time again. And
we make the case for
always-
11 for or fucking 7D or 11 forwards then.
well, yeah.
I think we could. Like,
Yeah.
I would much rather have
In the
Harris.
bigger,
But then again,
Brian.
we couldn't run a power play because we wouldn't have enough fucking forwards there.
that's true. In the bigger picture, I trade Dinmanson down the road because
I think, and
for me, just
Yes.
Savard Matheson
trade
is
him
a
this
good
season.
present.
I'm not doing it yet. I would trade Edmondson this season, but I wouldn't do it yet.
No, maybe not yet.
All it
But if
takes-
it,
all it takes is one like freak injury for one of those kids to like,
but here's the thing though.
you know what I mean?
Teams aren't necessarily going to move for Edmondson, especially for a deadline move. It could be an hockey trade. Edmondson could be
Yeah.
a big part in a fucking hockey trade, where it's two teams filling specific needs with a very nice trade. It could happen, dude. And I
And hey,
really insist.
If we
His
trade it-
value at 3.5 million that you can swallow half of for one more year. It's easy. 1 point something million for one more year. We can do it, dude. We can afford that. The
And who
value
knows,
would
we
be
can maybe-
insane, man.
maybe we could get that French superstar that we've always been needing.
David Savard?
No, if we trade Edmondson, maybe we'll get that French superstar to play 1C that we've always desired.
Yeah, you want
I'm
Pierre-Luc
making fun of Drouin again.
Okay, cool. Because right now I'd get Pierre-Luc Dubois. that's
For
the
Edmondson,
if I could.
or is that the?
It's a starting point. I don't think it's enough.
Okay, let's.
I don't know, man. I mean, fuck. They could use a big D like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, guaranteed they could. They lost about 7 of them in the last 2 years or 5 years or whatever it's been.
Felt like 2 years.
Yeah. I would need to do some searching. I don't know. I don't know what they need. Or what? Yeah, I don't know. I think we'd have to sweeten that. There's no question about it. Like we might have to send Florida's first or something like that.
Oh wait, don't touch that. No way.
Why? If you could have your 1-2 punch
It's
set
that
down
one-
the middle, why not?
It's that one big fucking draft year everybody's been waiting for. Now we're gonna send first rounders. No, like it's too deep, right? I right now, man, I'd rather keep them. Draft
So
those.
hold on.
Especially with Gordon. Plays.
Hold on. Look at the long game, okay? So the reason you want this deep draft and the reason you want is because we still have a hole at 2C. We might have a hole at 1C if the guy we draft is a little better than Suzuki, right? So then what you're after is your 1-2 center punch. If you could move one of what could be 3-round first picks, because we're going to get a first-round pick from Monahan, I promise you that.
Yeah, I believe that.
If we could trade one of those
I love these
first round,
thoughts, man.
if we could trade one of those first-round picks and have it be Florida and add Edmondson to that, and your 1-2 punch is already taken care of before you go into that deep draft, you don't think that that's better than going in rolling the dice on the draft?
I don't know, man. That kid could be. You can't. I just think you can't stop now. Like you've been building up this draft year. No, it's happening. Don't touch those picks. It's really so close, man. You're gonna give up one of that. Give
Yeah,
the
but
first for next
again-
year. I don't give a fuck, man. The first
Again,
round,
here.
you gotta keep them all, man.
The problem is you're trading Edmonton too early. So if we know that Florida is 15th in the league and where it's time now,
I
it's
want all
like
the
near the
first
trade.
picks, dude.
Yeah.
I want them all, dude.
Oh.
I
Okay.
want them all,
Okay. I mean, like,
dude.
there's what?
I want them all.
I know, like I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but what I'm saying is, if you're after your 1-2 punch and you can handle that by moving one of those picks and moving out some salary, might be worth taking a look at.
Fuck, man. I don't.
Bo Horvat's going to be available after this year.
I hate that suggestion. Where does it come from? Who actually
He's
wants?
a UFA. He's a
I
UFA.
get it
That's
that
the
he
only
is, but who wants him? You really would.
He's a good hockey player, man. He's a good hockey player. He's a two C all day long.
That
day.
right there is the perfect example of fucking a contract that's gonna age badly.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the fucking-
100%. They all do.
dude.
They all do when they get delivered to fucking UFA at 25 and 26.
Then don't
all
fucking
do.
sign him. Dude,
That last,
man.
no, it wasn't. Okay. Okay.
Gamble.
But what I'm saying is, who else?
Gamble
There's
Pierre-Luc
another one
Dubois.
that's fun.
Pierre-Luc
Go
Dubois.
ahead.
Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Oh yeah. That's who it is.
He's upcoming UFA. If one guy might take a home discount and sign it around the salary of Suzuki for long term, I'd do it. I'd do it. He may get more, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe a bit lower. I don't know, man. See if he'll do it. It's been a thing now. We heard noise that he wants to play here, and he wants to play home. Gamble.
Yeah,
on that.
so did
you really
Huberdeau.
want to.
So did Huberdeau. And somebody traded for him, and he extended for fucking 8 years the next day,
Yeah.
or whatever the hell it was.
I
So
do-
here,
I-
so hold on. To that point, do you wait for him to become a UFA, or do you run the risk of him going somewhere, having a fucking long playoff run, and falling in love with the new city that he's in? Like, what do you do? Do you trade for him before then, or do you try and sign him in the summer?
Well, there's always the unwritten fucking pre-trade negotiations that go on, right? And if he's willing to sign at a right deal right now and not test the market, I would trade for him.
Yeah, me too. It
I
actually,
would
it
try-
actually, like, I'm another one that's like hates the narrative of sending messages. Like, I don't like that whole, what kind of message does it send? I don't fucking like that. But that trade sends a message. That means we want you here. You know what I mean? We're not willing to fucking roll the dice on where you go, you falling in love. No, we want you here,
And
right?
that-
You want to be
that-
here, and we want you here.
And that could make the whole difference in the example of Huberdeau. The same way.
With who?
Huberdeau. Huberdeau.
Oh, well, that's
Let
what
it
he said.
happen.
He said these
Yeah.
guys traded for me. They wanted me, so I felt wanted, so I signed.
Exactly. So when the rumors
100%,
happened that
that's
that he
what I'm
wanted
getting
to
at.
play here, you gotta take your chance at it. And yeah,
I
here's the
would have
thing.
taken a swing at him.
It's easy for Pierre-Luc Dubois to be traded right before the deadline to a contender, have a fucking emotional fucking playoff run, and be like, yeah, I want to be here. I want to win with these guys, right? It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I would do
but
it too.
If Edmondson
It's gonna
is the centerpiece of that trade, we're not that far off that I need to put a first round pick from the
I-
best draft year in recent history for me.
I think we're closer than we thought.
You think you need to have the first with Edmondson for?
I do think it's going to take a first, because we're talking about a UFA rental who's fucking high profile at the fucking end of, like, I think it's going to cost a first as well. You hope that they'll take Florida's.
I don't know, man. I feel like Edmondson has a proven value in the league, especially at that contract. He's costing almost nothing, man. Almost nothing. So you got to think about it. 3.5 for what he does in the team. We're all ready to get him as our first D this year. We're like, okay, yeah, we got Edmondson. It'll be all right.
We would have to send money back anyway. We aren't even in a position where we could make that trade anyway, would we? So we would have to sweeten it with the first in order for them to take a little bit more money, man. At least the first.
Or manage to shed the Drouin or Dadanov. And then you
Right.
may have to pay that first.
But that's going to cost you as well. Like, you can't shed Drouin or Dadanov without sweetening that pot either.
Yeah, but then maybe that justifies adding a first pick then for me. You know what I mean? If we're gonna,
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, because like I don't even know, what does Dubois make? Like, what is it, like 6 million? Dubois?
Right now?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, man. I think it's less than that. Oh no, you're right. He's a 6 million right now. Expires
right.
this
So.
summer. No, we take 2.5 million off that if we went just 1-for-1 Eddie.
So do we? I don't even think we have that kind of space. Do we?
I think we can manage that. I mean, yeah.
I to be honest, actually, we could put Drouin long term, have a little bit of space there, but we would have to clean that up before. We would probably just put somebody high profile on waivers whenever Drouin came back.
Try to gamble Gallagher 6.5 on the waivers, eh? The big balls move.
Or Hoffman.
Big balls move.
You know what I mean? We're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to do a couple.
Gallagher,
moves.
dude, imagine the fucking riot in Montreal if they wavered Gallagher.
Twitter's not even gonna exist anymore, so no one will care.
That's good, dude.
Yeah. What are we at for time on this bad boy?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that's.
I need a stopwatch.
It's 1:49 right now. We're going near 2 hours again.
Yeah. I think we're good.
Yeah. So that was
my weed's wearing off.
Dude, where's the song? No, not that. Shit, dude. Where is it? There it is. Ryan, it's been a pleasure, my friend.
Every time, homie.
People in the chat were active tonight. I know Ben's becoming a regular. Paul, I know you were there, man. The classics. Rob, Joel came up.
Thanks, you guys.
Rob, Chrissy. Melissa wasn't there to get her shout out. Danny was there. A lot of people were there, man. I'm missing a bunch. I'm sorry, guys.
The special guest. We'll tell you about it next episode.
Oh, yeah? We're going to say it that fast?
No, next episode.
Ciao, man.